Hi, I'm Andy Webb from BeCleverWithYourCash.com. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, I want to show you a few easy and simple ways that help you spot a scam email. Now, if you're like me, most of your correspondence right now is going to be digital. So other than at Christmas and birthdays, I very rarely get anything through the actual mail in the post through the letterbox. Most of the time, if it's friends, if it's family, or if it's businesses or brands, the communication is going to be either via my phone with messaging apps or text messaging, or it's going to be via email. And the problem here is that because so much of our life is there, then the scammers are also there, and they've been there for a long, long time. We can all remember the classic, Nigerian prince saying they can give you millions of pounds if only you help them out by sending this money, but wire this money over now. But it's got so much more advanced now, and there are all sorts of different ways these scammers are trying to get you. So I'm going to share just a few simple ways that you can spot a scam and make sure you don't fall for it and then potentially lose your data or lose some money. Now, to illustrate this, I'm going to go through an email that I got sent a while ago from TV licensing, or it claimed to be from TV licensing. So I've got it here on my phone and I'll put it up on the screen as well. Now this email, the reason I'm going to use this one as my example is because this is one of the most accomplished, the most professional scam emails that I've seen in a long time. But it still has these telltale signs that something isn't quite right. Now, I'll give you an example. So it says it's from TV licensing. Your TV licensing will expire today is the subject. And then it's got the TV licensing logo, which looks legit. And it says, "Dear customer, your TV license will expire today. We're sorry to let you know that the TV license could not be automatically renewed. Something has gone wrong with your direct debit payments," and so on. Now, that looks legit. It says at the top from TV licensing. It kind of makes sense. It's got the branding on it. All of this is a kind of step above a really, really obvious scam email. But there are, as I say, there are some things you can clearly kind of help you indicate this isn't for real. Now, to start off with, one of the things that I think is quite common, it just says here, "Dear customer." Now, if you are getting sent something by your bank or by anyone where you've got an account with them where they know your name and it is specific to your account, not like a generic round robin, it's like this is happening to you right now, they will say, for me, it will say, "Dear Mr. Webb," or "Dear Andrew," or "Dear Andy," whatever it might be. Okay. So that is an indication that, again, something here which is saying this is specific to you. This is my account, it's saying is expired, the direct debit is expired, but it just says "Dear customer." Okay, that's not right. Okay, so that's little things like that. Look for that, which doesn't seem quite right. Now, as I said, you could have had your information hacked. Someone actually could legitimately have your name. Okay, they could have your account number. So it's not always just because it's got that information that it's real, but it's an indicator that something's wrong here. The next one is around essentially dodgy grammar. So if you just glanced at that and which we do, don't we? We're always busy. We're doing more than one thing at the same time. You might sort of just skim it. I'm really guilty of skimming things a lot of the time. But if you do that, you might have missed some really clear things here. Now, at the top, you've got your TV licensing will expire today. TV licensing doesn't expire. Your TV license expires. So straight away, they've made a mistake. Okay, TV licensing will expire. That doesn't make any sense. Go down, second paragraph. Your bank has been declined the latest direct debit payment. Doesn't make any sense either, does it? And then below that, the link, the call to action, what they want you to do, it's a bigger font. Update now your license. Not update your license now. It's not right, okay? It's not how we write, okay? Now, I'm a journalist, aren't I? Yeah, I've got the blog. I'm writing all the time. I make mistakes. I do have typos. I do have spelling mistakes, particularly if I'm on my phone and I'm tapping away and the predictive text comes along and it will just change all these words that I'm not aware of. I'm really bad at this. Sometimes when I'm sending a message to someone, I'll do tap, tap, tap. I don't even look at the screen sometimes because I'm kind of relatively good at touch typing, or at least I think I am. But I've either made some typos or it's auto-corrected something into a word which doesn't make any sense. I've already pressed send. So I need to stop doing that. I need to check things before I send them and before I publish them. But this is me. I'm just a one-man band. If it's a big organization, if it's your bank or it's TV licensing or say it's Amazon or someone like that, they have teams of people. They will proof these things. They will have templates. It's not like it's an individual message where someone has typed something and pressed send, like a customer service conversation. This is a bigger communication, okay? And those kind of things should be cut out. I mean, this says to me, this is someone whose English isn't their first language. Again, doesn't mean that you're always going to be dealing with someone who has English as their first language. But again, these are all indicators. So straight away, we've got two things here. Some weird grammar, and you've got that kind of use of dear customer. Now, there aren't actually any spelling mistakes in this. That is often a sign that things aren't quite right. It even has things which I see written lots of times people don't realise. Direct debit is capitalised. Direct debit, the D on both of those is capitalised, which it should be. Lots of people don't do that. So they have gone to a fair amount of care and attention to get some of these things right, but they've got some clear things wrong. There's also, if you look, there's a space before the exclamation mark in the subject and in that link. So again, you wouldn't have a space beforehand. So these things, it doesn't look right. You should be clear straight away that something's not right here. So you've got your suspicions already, okay? Something doesn't seem quite right. Again, you could put it down to a human error, but there are a few things you can do once you've got that suspicion, is to just find out if really, is it a real email or not? And that's to go to the bit at the top, the from. Now, where it says from, this one here says from TV licensing, okay? Which if it was from TV licensing, that's kind of what you'd expect it to say, isn't it? But that can be anything you want. I send a newsletter out for Be Clever With Your Cash every single Thursday, and I can put that from anything I want. Now, normally I put Andy at becleverwithyourcash.com, but I could put becleverwithyourcash.com. I could just put Andy or Andy Webb. I could put Amazon if I wanted to. I could put Elvis Presley. There's nothing stopping me putting anything I want in that from bit. So you need to find out what's behind it, but it's really simple to do this. Depending how you're checking your email, if it's on your phone, it might be you double tap on that name, that in this example, TV licensing, double tap on it. If you're looking at it on a computer, maybe there's a little arrow in the drop down box, comes down below it and it reveals it, but that should show you who that email is from. Now, I'll quickly jump now to an email that my mum got yesterday, actually, also pretending to be from TV licensing. And you can see here, this is the address that email came from. Very, very, very clearly, that is not a legitimate email. Despite what's in the rest of the text, that is not a real email from TV licensing. It's just some bloke person who's sending these scam things out. Now, the one I've got, let's go back to that main email that I've been talking about. That one, they've actually gone to a bit of effort here, which is quite rare. Again, I'm quite impressed the effort they've gotten into here, but unfortunately that means I think a lot of people would have been caught out by it. But it says here, the one that it was sent from was renew@tvlicensingsuk.com. Now, again, when you say that, it doesn't make sense. That weird S doesn't make any sense in there. If you know anything about web addresses as well, UK.com, it's not a real thing there. If you were the legitimate, we're talking about big organisations here. In particular, they're going to have the .com itself or the .co.uk or the .org.uk or whatever it might be. So, that's not going to be the real thing for them. But if you just glance at it, and a lot of the time we're just glancing at things, we're not paying full attention, you could think that's the real thing. Much better than that other one that my mum got, where it's all over the shop and doesn't make any sense at all. So I say these scammers, they're getting smarter. They're doing much, much more to make the emails look professional and all those things that people are aware of, trying to catch them out. Now, if you're not sure about something, even once you've hovered over that, that from section or double clicked it to reveal who it is, if you're still not sure, then why don't you go into Google and actually search for the legitimate web address? Because that's how you're going to know if it's real or not, if you really aren't sure from what you're reading. One thing to think about here is something called subdomains. So any web address, pretty much, you can put something in front of the web address you've got. So let's think, my email is with Yahoo, yahoo.com. So the email is mail.yahoo.com. And in theory, you can put anything before that main proper web address. So let's say someone did have licenserenewal.co.uk. They could put before that, if they wanted to, TV license. And that'd be a weird one, but it'd be tvlicense.licenserenew.co.uk or anything. Basically, there are these tricks that people can have to try and make something look legitimate. So just be a bit careful about that. Even if it could say something like the official web address .something. So just be careful here. But the way to do that is go into Google, have a search, be aware that people sometimes advertise at the top with stuff that isn't legitimate. But you can always, particularly with TV licensing, for example, if you had something like that, well, you can go to something like gov.uk or to the BBC and find the links from there, which will be the real links. Okay. Now, while we're talking about links and clicking on things, that's another giveaway. Now, in this one, that big call to action, that email that said, the bit that says update now your license, hover over that, and you do this with any link of any email. What it will actually do is it will reveal to you where that link is going. Because again, a bit like in that from section where you can put any text you want, with any link, you can type something, you highlight it. This is how I make my email every week, how I do the blog. You highlight it, add a link, and then you put something underneath. And when you click on it, that's the web page that will open. But if you hover over it without clicking on it, it will reveal where you're going. And again, if that looks dodgy, if that doesn't look legit, don't click on it. But obviously that's hopefully, even before you've even got to that stage, you've spotted where something isn't legitimate in that email, and it's spotted that it is a scam. So whatever you do with any of these emails where you're not sure about, don't click on the links, don't open up any attachments. If they're asking you for money, or in this case, in this TV licensing one, it says to update your direct debit details, but essentially, you're going to put your bank account details in there. Anything like that, anything you do, they're asking you to do it, just don't do this kind of stuff. Personally, what I would do, and I've had this before where I've had a bank text me to say something had gone wrong, I will then go get my bank card out and I'll call the number on the back and I will talk to them and check if that is legitimate, if it's a real thing they want me to do, because often that's how they'll panic you into doing stuff and giving you their bank details, or making you give them access to your accounts by passwords, other bits of details, bits of information which they can use elsewhere to essentially, scam you in all sorts of different ways. So be really, really, really careful. Any attachments you might download that can put, even links you open that could open up viruses or other kind of ransom software on your computer. So just be really, really careful. And it's not just the big branded stuff. Often this gets caught by the spam folder, but I'll have emails that say they're from my wife to me and there's a link in it, but it's not. But again, you can hover over the name and it will tell you that it's not from your wife or your friend or your colleague or whoever it might be. But just be really, really careful. Just take that moment, because it's so easy just to click on something and open it, particularly people you're really familiar with and you contact all the time. Now, if you do feel that you've fallen for a scam like this or a similar one, then get in touch with Action Fraud straight away. They'll take you through some of the steps. If you have given your bank details at all, check your account, see if any money's gone out at all. Talk to your bank, give them a call, make sure that the things are shut down, passwords are changed, to hopefully prevent any further money going out or any money going out at all. And likewise, if you have shared any password at all to any accounts, just change that password, not just for that account, but anything which has the same password, to really reduce the chances of any information that has been compromised being used against you. Well, there you go. That's it for this video. Please do like it, comment, share it, tell other people about it so they don't get caught out by these scammers. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell as well on the main page so you get notified every time there's a new video. Until next time, cheers.